are the Nintendo Switch 2 game keycards a mistake? Well, it certainly seems like it, especially because of breaking news happening in Japan right now. So this was actually a story that came out of Japan early this morning, in which Japanese National Library says that the game keycards are not eligible for preservation. So this is just like an article that was posted by Nintendo Life, and it says like the Japan National Diet Library, or the NDL for short, is one of the biggest libraries in the world, and from the year 2000 it began to obtain video game CDs and cartridges for preservation purposes, according to the article from Fatsimu. However, the library does not consider the Switch 2's game keycards as proper physical media, and therefore will not be accepting them into the 9,600 strong catalog of game titles. And it's really shouldn't come at any surprise as you consider what a game keycard is, or they are. It's, as discussed in length in the Switch 2's reveal back in April, a game keycard doesn't hold any data beyond the license to download a game title from the eShop. Not only does this present potential issues regarding storage and near mandatory need to purchase an SD Express cards, but it's also a huge risk to preservation effort, and should the eShop ever suspend its functionality. So yeah, we already knew that this was already going to be a red flag. And let us not forget that Nintendo also put out a survey about a couple weeks ago, in which they were sending out these questionnaires where they were asking people, how do you feel about the game cards? And I guarantee you that at least 95 or 98% of the Nintendo gamers already told Nintendo that this is not good. Like, these are some of the questions, like, of the reasons you selected, what is one biggest reason that you prefer physical video games? And it gives you like some answers. I'm often able to find good discount sales of physical games. I'm collecting physical games. It's easier to gift physical games. And then we go to the next question. For which of the following reasons would you consider purchasing digital versions of the Nintendo Switch games? Please select up to 3. And it gives you these possible answers. I don't have to worry about losing the game cartridge. I don't need to visit the store or wait for the game to be shipped. It's easier and quickly to access digital games. I'm often able to find good discounts and sales of digital games. I find it easier to share digital games across Nintendo Switch devices on my household. It's easier to gift digital games to others. None of the above. And I guarantee you that a lot of people said none of the above. Probably like, I would say a good 90%. And then here, this is the kicker right here. It says, imagine you are purchasing a new Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch 2 game for yourself. The following options describe various methods by which you might purchase the game. For each method, please indicate how likely you will purchase the game. And this is the one. Physical, requiring digital download, which is the game key card. The physical cartridge allows to download the full digital game to the console. The cartridge must be inserted into the console to play the game. The cartridge can be shared and resold. And the funny part is, it says definitely would not buy. That was like the one that's checking in. And that makes sense. Like why? Like, what's the point of a game key card if the only thing is the digital code that you're getting? You might as well just get, the digital code from the eShop. You shouldn't even have a box that has nothing. It just makes no sense whatsoever. And it's insane just thinking about all of those game key cards. And a lot of people are just tired of them. Like, I don't blame them. Like, I do not blame them whatsoever. It just makes no sense. And I think it's because they said something about software publishers are thanking Nintendo as their face rising costs to make games. Like, I don't buy that as much. Like, if you can fit a lot of memory into a game card, you can possibly make it fit a huge game. And what's crazy for us is like, this is not just us. There's like a lot of people are saying like game key cards don't sit right with us. They lost in cult dives in the new physical game of line. Like, we're losing, you know, the physical gaming aspect of everything. And I just think, you know, personally, we need something tangible, something physical. Like, the game key cards just do not do it whatsoever. And maybe you're one of the few that think it's not a big deal, but for me, like, and maybe some other gamers that are like forever physical on the gaming sphere, this is just like a huge crossroads. And maybe this was a way of Nintendo experimenting, because we probably seen it a little bit already. Like, you might have seen it with the PS5, the, you know, the Xbox Series X, that some of the games, like, they are not like, the whole game is not in the disc. Like, you have to insert the disc and then you still have to download everything. It wasn't like before where, you know, we're talking about the old school PS2 or PS1 where you just insert the disc and the game goes on. Like, there was no downloadment, like any downloading required whatsoever. And we missed that. Like, it's just something simple that we took for granted. You know, just putting the game in and then we play. We don't have to worry about loading, or we didn't have to worry about, you know, updating. We didn't have to worry about updating the software or downloading the software. We just, you know, plug it and play. As simple as that. So hopefully, because of this, and also because of the survey, that Nintendo is taking a hard look in thinking that the game key card was, you know, an interesting experiment, but a failed experiment, and that they go back to their roots and actually put effort into putting physical media, and that the game key card, you know, era is done. Like, it needs to be done by this year. And, you know, that's something that I'm looking forward to, because with the Switch 2 and the capabilities, for me, a game that I'm really looking forward to is Kingdom Hearts. Like, there is no way that, or excuse, that Kingdom Hearts, like the entire, you know, series, cannot be in a cartridge, or at least in 3 separate cartridges, like they did with, you know, the PS4, you know, games of past. But what about you guys? What did you guys think? Do you think that Nintendo is going to, you know, change? You know, are the game key cards going to be obsolete? Are we going back to physical gaming? Is physical gaming in danger from going out forever? Write your comments below, and if you like the content of this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification so you know when future videos are available. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed today, and again, stay awesome.